Hey everybody, it's Josh. Hope you're doing well today. Wanted to read this chapter of this book to you. I was just laying down reading this book, and I came across with this one that was just really kind of explained how I see truth, and I wanted to kind of lay it out. This is the best description I've found because I can't seem to put the words together unless I write it down. And I'm in the process of writing my own thoughts on this down. But this book's called "In Search of Authority: An Introductory Guide to Literary Theory" by Stephen Bonnycastle. I'm not sure of the year, but it's let's see, 1991. Of course, these are timeless issues, so it doesn't even matter if Plato wrote them. The idea is always going to be the same. And he's explaining the different interpretations in the process of explaining how different professors will teach a class differently according to how they view the world and their ideologies. And I just thought these 2 pages really put forth some good points. It says, the problem with ideologies. In the long run, it is better to call this the problem of ideologies than the problem of approaches. In essence, an ideology is a system of thought or a worldview which an individual acquires, usually unconsciously, from the world around him. An ideology determines what you think is important in life, what categories you put people into, how you see male and female roles in life, and a host of other things. You can visualize your ideology as a grid or a set of glasses through which you see the world. Each ideology draws attention to certain features of the world and hides or causes you to ignore others. The 3 professors described above have different ideologies, and so the courses they would give on the Romantic poets would be different from one another. The historical critic draws attention to the author's life and ignores the reader's life. The reader response critic pays no attention to the author at all and concentrates on the reader. The effect of ideologies can be seen at their clearest in religious conflicts. Imagine a woman raised in a thoroughly Christian culture, in which all the people she encounters are practicing Christians. It would be natural for her to assume that everyone is a Christian, and that Christianity provides the truth about the world. Now imagine this woman is transported to a Buddhist monastery in Japan. If she could talk to the monks, she would quickly become aware that this new group of people was not operating with her ideology. They would not be impressed with the authority of the Bible, or especially interested in the life of Jesus. They would not understand what was meant by the idea of a personal God. Furthermore, suppose that the Christian did not reject this new community outright, but instead decided to follow its way of life, and that she found a new thing in this world, practices such as meditation, martial arts, or flower arrangement, that are not important in a Christian culture. She would begin to see that, to some extent, her ideology creates the world she lives in. The main reason for studying theory at the same time as literature is that it forces you to deal consciously with the problem of ideologies. If you don't pay attention to theory, or if the professor doesn't put it on the course, that is like saying, I'm going to ignore the fact that there are Buddhists in the world and pretend that only Christians exist. This attitude might be considered irresponsible. At the very least, it could leave you with a large gap in your knowledge, which could hamper your intellectual life later on. One result of thinking about ideologies is that it introduces a lot of uncertainty into literary studies. It raises the question, what knowledge is most worth having? No one has found a satisfactory answer to this question, not even the experts. Many students don't want to cope with that kind of uncertainty early on in their university careers. They want the truth. They want certainty. And there are understandable reasons for wanting to find the truth. Feeling you know the truth provides a lot of emotional security. Unfortunately, the truth just simply isn't available. If you're going to live intelligently in the modern world, you have to recognize that there are conflicting ideologies, and that there is no simple, direct access to the truth. Everyone must have met people who have chosen to embrace a very limited truth, and so have avoided some complex but important areas of human experience. So, in a sense, the simple, plain truth, about Coleridge's poetry for instance, is just not available. There are many truths, and the one you will find depends on the ideology you start with. If the situation sounds depressingly complex at the outset, it can later turn out to be both exciting and challenging. It means you can take your own part in the struggles for power between different ideologies. It helps you to discover elements of your own ideology and understand why you hold certain values unconsciously. It means that no authority can impose a truth on you in a dogmatic way. And if some authority does try, you can challenge that truth in a powerful way by asking what ideology it is based on. It means that you can choose which groups you want to belong to more effectively because you can see the effects of the group's ideology. Theory is subversive because it puts authority in question. Phenomenal. I mean, that's just, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly how I feel about it. It's everyone wants the simple, plain truth. Everyone wants it put out for them. They want to understand it, and that's a human condition. And you can't blame them. Like I said, especially students. Students need the truth. You can't set kids off on a course of speculation in their lives. Of course, when we do give people the truth, we destroy that child mind completely, and there are many repercussions for that, and we're paying for them in society right now. Therefore, when we understand ideologies better, we understand each other better, and that's one step toward being a society that functions. Peace, everybody.